everybody, welcome back to the kitchen. Today everyone is not with us. Justin is with us, the gentleman standing behind Miss Susan there, cutting up our fruit. I'll keep talking while we're working on that. What we're making today, we're going to make two different types of quiches for you. We're also making cheesy grits with some blackened shrimp, absolutely delicious. So we're going to start out with our eggs or our quiches. Roughly we want about 5 eggs per quiche, so I'm doing a quiche Lorraine, which is almost everybody knows about that one if you've ever had quiche before. And then I'm doing a scallop, spinach and feta quiche, absolutely delicious. Quiche Lorraine is basically onions, bacon, cheddar cheese. Today I'm using a little different cheese. I'm going to be using a Monterey Jack cheddar because it's got a little bit better. It's got a little more spice to it, I should say. I like to use at least 1 extra egg yolk in each quiche. So 5 eggs plus the 1 yolk, so 6 eggs total. Quiche is something you can have for lunch, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You know the old saying, real men don't eat quiche? That's not true. I love quiche, and I consider myself to be a real man. Now, one thing you don't want to do when you're mixing your eggs, you don't want to pre-season the eggs, and I'll show you why here in just a minute. I like to put them in my stand mixer instead of hand whisking them. Either will work, of course. But, you know, the hands of the mixer, the stand mixer, fluffs them up nicer. We want to start them out decently slow. Just let them beat. I'll be right back. Again, so we want to continue to mix those, get those eggs nice and fluffy. Gonna add a little heavy cream to give them some nice richness. That extra egg yolk also gives them a nice deeper richness to the quiche. So, about roughly a half a cup. That'll cover both quiches. Let them keep whisking. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit now to get them a little more fluffy. Now what we want to do is start filling our pies. So we're going to start with the bacon for the quiche Lorraine. Onions, a good amount of onion. And then we want to go to the cheddar Monterey Jack I was telling you about a minute ago. Now I'm going to show you a little trick here in a couple minutes. Yes, I did. I sweated those down with a little salt and pepper. When I say sweating them down, you just want to make them translucent, basically. You don't want the raw onion in there. I love onions. I can eat them like candy, but not everybody does. Now, I'm going to go ahead and build this one as well. We're waiting on our friend Justin. Some nice little bay scallops. These are not pre-cooked. Scallops are very fragile. You don't want to really pre-cook those. They'll cook nicely inside the quiche. Thank you, buddy. A little spinach. Feta cheese. That's a Greek cheese. Got a nice bitterness to it. I also like to add a little bit of mozzarella. A touch of mushroom. That's a big pie, huh? What we're going to do is go to the oven first. Let me open the oven doors here. We're going to go ahead and rack our pies. And I'll show you why. That way you don't have to worry about dancing with your pies, if you will, and worry about spilling them. So you come right here to the oven door. Spread those out. Come back to the mixer. Oh, by the way, I talked about seasoning. I beg your pardon. I did not do that with. I'm really not going to put any salt and pepper in this. Got the bacon, it's salty. The cheese is salty. You really don't need any more salt. Just a touch of salt and pepper on top of the scallop one. Not much. Eggs are nice and mixed up with the cream. See the little air bubbles in there? It'll make the pie nice and fluffy. here. You got no spillage this way. If you do, it's not going to hurt anything. It's going to be on that parchment paper. Big deal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank Phil from Rhineland Cutlery for donating these knives for us for catering. Beautiful blades, well balanced, very sharp, really nice to work with. Thank you, Phil. We appreciate that. Okay, so we got a few more minutes in it because it's a little soupy yet, a little wobbly. See, on the outside edges, it's done, but right in the center, it's still a little soupy, so we want to let it go for a little while. But those are beautiful cheesy grits. I made those with whole milk and a little heavy cream. Took all the fat out though, I promise, there's no fat in there. A little butter. I put in the Monterey Jack cheddar. Same that we did with the quiche. Your pan good and hot. You're looking to sear the shrimp with a little bit of butter. Want to cook each shrimp about 2 to 3 minutes on each side and you're done. Don't overcook the shrimp, they'll be rubbery. Starting with Quiche Lorraine. Well, raspberries is one of my very favorite fruits. And besides, it was actually the name, I left the name, the gentleman that owned it had it before I left the name, he had it. And so I just decided to keep it that way. We had live jazz on the weekends. We did everything very fresh. Butchered our own meat. Made our own pastas. Very good fresh seafood. It's a very romantic place. Now that's pretty, huh? Some beautiful cheesy grits.
What's the secret to a good grit?
Cream and milk and good cheese. A lot of people just use plain water. So look at that, just beautiful, creamy. A nice little serving of the grits. There you have it. What we have is again a quiche Lorraine, scallop quiche with spinach, feta, mozzarella cheese, cheesy grits with blackened shrimp. And over here, I'll grab your dessert. Have a nice little accompaniment. Fruit is always good for a palate cleanser when you're eating quiche. And now we have a nice little dessert coming over here. Nice homemade brownies and a nice caramel that Justin made today. A little salted caramel over some vanilla bean ice cream. Enjoy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, see you next time.
All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.